Hey everybody, how's it going? This is my second part of the books I picked up today and where I'm finally caught up. This one here I picked up actually last week. They came in the mail on the first printing of the Manhattan Project. Hickman does an amazing job in this title. When I went to a comic book, the convention, we have the Image convention in Berkeley, he was mentioning about this, and after it came out the first time and I missed it, I couldn't get it, but I didn't want the second printing. If I'm going to have something I like, I want it to be the first printing. So I picked it up. I totally understand what the hype is all about for this book. It's crazy, it's gruesome, it's kind of twisted. It has everything in it almost. Pretty much it starts off as the story is told from this character right here, from his point of view. And his name is Dr. Oppenheimer. I hope I'm saying this. I don't think I'm saying this right at all, but something like that. Of course, he joins the Manhattan Project. And I don't want to spoil too much, so I'm just going to go to certain things here. The Manhattan Project is pretty much like Area 51, you can say. Just weapons and experiments. And right now they're building an atomic bomb. And after that, pretty much they're walking, the sergeant is showing him around, so he's pretty much telling him, you know what, anything you need, any resource will support you, but after this one particular thing is done, you can do whatever you want, I don't care. It also tells about the sergeant's timeline here, how he had another brother named Joseph. There was three actually, but Joseph and Robert were twins. They don't mention nothing about Frank, that's right here. Joseph was more of an animal, into animals, while Robert was just a full-on scientist. So what Joseph would do, he would kill the animal that he loved so much, or after he dies, he would eat him. So he would become one with the animal, or vice versa. And Robert went on to become a scientist, but what happened was Joseph would never let Robert get away. So it looks like that Joseph killed a lot of people and put in a refrigerator and got arrested and got sent to jail, and finally Robert was able to get away from him and actually become something in his life. Again, like I said, I don't want to spoil too much, so I'm just going to get to certain parts here. Of course, Japan here sends the robot troops to Manhattan Project, and of course the sergeant and doctor, the doctor right here, goes up in the high to start shooting them. There's another timeline that explains more about this character, because as you can see right here, the dead robot's hand is on his shoe, and the doctor pretty much just totally flips out, like this rage comes over him. And I'm just like, what the heck, while I'm reading this. So when I'm getting to the end, it tells more right here, where Joseph actually, this is Robert right here, reading the letter that he got, that Joseph escaped from prison. And now, he didn't die, but he escaped. So as Robert is reading right here, because Robert is the nicer one, and Joseph was the twister one. So Joseph actually comes in the house and kills Robert right here, as you can see, stabs him. And what he does is he takes his heart, it seems like, and eats it. So in this way, he puts his brother, he becomes one with his brother. He says where he loved his brother, so how could he not eat him? So he becomes one with him. So, it's so pretty much towards the end, the sergeant, okay, welcome to the Manhattan Project, and as you can see, he has like different sides of him that's here. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, because he's saying that he is Robert, not Joseph. And the sergeant thinks this is Robert. So he's like, I'm not going to have nothing like happen to your brother, right? He's like, oh, no, of course not. So, so that's that. And of course, today came out Manhattan Project number 2. In this one, pretty much the whole thing continues. Again, it's called Rocket Man. I don't want to spoil too much on it, but I'm just going to say a couple of things here. They have this portal where they can travel, and to me it seems like it's something, it's just like from Stargate right here. where you work through this portal of water, and then you come out, wherever you're headed. So they have this kind of a Stargate thing going on. But other than the story was awesome. Of course, the Nazis are involved. Hitler's in it. One of Hitler's right hand, I guess you can say, or scientist, I'm sorry, kills everybody else here, gives them poison because they're like, we all gonna die. We all gonna die for a good cause. And he pours them poison to drink. They all drink it, but it seems like he doesn't drink it, so he stays alive to make a deal to live. But other than, I can't wait for Manhattan Project number 3. And again, another great story by Hickman. Another great title to collect. Love it. Pick it up, read it, you'll like it. Alright, so that's number 2. Picked up The Walking Dead 96. Now this book was pretty much sold out before it came out on certain websites I saw. So I went to a comic book store like 5 minutes early before it opened, and I waited till it opened and ran in there and grabbed at least 3 copies of it. This is of course the conclusion of where they're going, a larger world, and Rick here decides to make a deal with one of the villagers to help them. Like I said, I don't want to spoil a lot on this one because this series just gets better and better each time. But Rick, his team is running low on food, and he goes to the village and tells them, hey, you know what? I will join you guys and I will fight the Fours with this one character that is psychotically crazy. Oh, if you lend us food and supplies, and I will come back and I will fight with you guys and we will defeat this person. But and they agree and all that good stuff. But again, the book was great, story is awesome, title is great. I can't wait for 97. I am totally loving The Walking Dead. My next one is Justice League number 8. To me, this is my first time actually collecting a Justice League. I did in the old DC universe, but not too much. Well, I started before they ended the whole bloody thing. So I started with this one fresh from issue 1, and I've been liking it so far. Totally loving it. Certain issues are good, certain not, but so far all the issues have been awesome to me. In this one, pretty much Green Arrow is trying to join actually the Justice League, and Batman doesn't want anything to do with it. Superman's like, we should give it a try. He pretty much follows them around like all over the place on every mission. He just sneaks on, and Batman pretty much doesn't want to have Green Arrow join. So Trevor, General, goes and says, you know what, I have a team that you might be perfectly awesome at, because Trevor, he tries to tell him that, you know what, hey, I know, actually Green Arrow tells him, I know the secret, they're humans, they're superpowered just like me, okay, they're humans. Then Trevor says, you know what, I've known what you've done in your past, I know your whole past, everything that you've done, everything that just still haunts you. And he's like, you know what, this is my chance to make everything right. I'm trying to redeem myself, And Trevor's like, yeah, I know. So he's like, you know what, there's another team, and I want you to check out. They also mentioned Team 7 also, which I was like, okay, that's pretty cool, because I collected Team 7, when they were coming out. One of the reasons is Batman didn't want him to join Green Arrow was because of this guy right here, Martian Hunter. And it's interesting because it seems like there's something that's going to happen, or some kind of a crossover with the Justice League and Stormwatch. Come on now, it's going to happen sooner or later. And it's funny because he's, Batman's like, he knows all of our secrets and everything and blah blah blah, and there's so little we know about him, and then here it says that, and Martian Hunter says they are not prepared. And I know Stormwatch, with the whole moon thing, the eye thing, the whole battle that's going on, and I'm thinking, I wonder if it's something that has to do with that Justice League is not ready for. But I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. And I know there's going to be a crossover. It seems like there's going to be a crossover. Something's going to happen with Justice League and Stormwatch. Again, the issue was, for me, it was okay. It wasn't like the last one that was crazy about it, but it was okay. Of course, and also has the Sajam thing here that's going on in the back. The last title I picked up is, of course, my comic of the week, is X-Men vs. Avengers Round 2. This was crazy. The whole... You got your Avengers, which is shitloads of them right here. Then you got your X-Men, which is not that much. Well, actually, it shows is pretty much right here. It was last time I checked, it wasn't that much. But again, of course, Colossus goes up right through the Harrier and tries to take it down. And pretty much the fight scene in this is awesome. I mean, the way the drawing and the art is done, it's beautiful. The way the whole fight scenes is done, I totally enjoyed the fight scene here. Of course, Cyclops and Captain America go at it. Pretty much to the bottom. Get to the point. Quicksilver joins in. You got Scarlet Witch right here sitting. I wonder what's going to happen with that, if she's going to join in, and if she does, whose side she's going to join. It looks like Wolverine is pretty much on the Avengers side. Something I didn't know. I knew the Black Panther and Stormwatch Storm was married. I totally did not know that, so I learned something new. And as you can see, Hope is getting just stronger. I mean, the stronger the Phoenix is getting closer, the faster the Phoenix is getting closer, the stronger Hope is getting. As you can see here, she takes half of the young ones out. She pretty much just puts Wolverine to barbecue here, and Captain America, Cyclops, they come in, and you can see Hope. She's gone. She's flying away, and then again, Spider-Man, Wolverine is to toast it up. Captain America's like, I wasn't here to do this. I was here to help you guys. Cyclops is just set on we're gonna be instinct, and I mean, I love Cyclops, don't get me wrong, but this time I think Cyclops should have just joined Captain America, work together, and just help each other out, because eventually that's what's gonna happen. Because he can't beat the Phoenix. He cannot beat the Phoenix by himself. I mean, you just can't beat something that powerful. And towards the end, of course, the Phoenix is near, and you have Beast and Thor and Vision and War Machine, looks like, and yeah. So they're all waiting for the Phoenix, and it's right there. And they're like, if we're gonna die, this is a good day to die. So I can't wait for round 3. Totally excited. In 2 weeks, it's round 3. And of course, this is the comic book pick of the week for me. It's very interesting because they're making this Avengers vs. X-Men. I don't know if it's the movie, that's why it's coming out, and that's probably one of the reasons. But they're just totally freaking out of this Phoenix thing. I mean, they're making a huge... I finally got the chance to read the Dark Phoenix saga. It wasn't a big deal as how they're making this a big deal. Or maybe Hope is just a lot stronger than Jean Grey and the last people Scarlet Witch. So I'm really interested to see where this goes and what happens. Alright guys, well, that's about it for this week's comic book pick. And thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week, and have a great week.